Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news. Now today we have DMX and Snoop Dogg's ferocious dog fight. We got Kanye West Twitter storm breakdown, Kim Kardashian's reaction. Yes, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit the notification bell. Hit the thumbs up button if you're feeling our content for today. Vic Boss, who saw us in the comment section. We will not turn the energy down, homie. Not unless we're tired. Lots to cover for today. Lots to decipher now. I do mean lots to decipher, because Kanye went on Twitter last night, and it does require your super secret decoder ring to figure out what the man is actually saying. And I'm not clowning him. I'm serious. Now, before we get to that, DMX and Snoop Dogg with the dog fight. Dog fight is scheduled to play out for today. By the time you get this recording, the dog fight might have already taken place, or it's just about to take place. So definitely, if it hasn't taken place yet, you got to make sure you tune in. Swizz Beats always has it on deck. And if it has already played out, then you're checking this video after the fact. Well, where I'm at, the fight hasn't started yet, but here is a clip between DMX and Snoop Dogg when DMX made the phone call to Snoop, letting him know that he needed the dog's assistance with the battle. Take a listen.
Thank you. When I called,
Nigga, you know, right back, right?
Right.
How long it took? Right back.
About 12 hours.
Right back, right?
Right back.
When you call your dog, nigga, he
Right
answers.
back.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Man, I can't wait to see how this battle plays out. Or, yo, that battle was hot, depending on when you are seeing this particular video. Now, when it comes down to Kanye West, we're going to try to give this information to you in a nice, neat little package, but it's going to be difficult. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to present this information to you chronologically. Now, I don't even want to say that, because who knows if it was even compiled chronologically. The content may be a bit confusing, but I think what we're dealing with is a very confusing issue. Now, it doesn't help that Kanye is dropping another album. These things tend to come out or happen when a new album is imminent, leaving some to believe that the whole spectacle is merely a charade of antics used to promote an album that's ready to drop. I don't know. Here are our options. 1. The man is completely sane and telling us about some real ish. You've seen it a million times. Everyone thinks the screaming man is crazy, when in reality, he's seen some ish that probably can make you go crazy. The man lived in a house where, as Chappelle said, a man practically walked out the room and came back into the room as a woman, and everyone acted as if nothing unusual just went down. And society gave the man-woman a Woman of the Year award, slapping all females, all of the gender, it confuses me, slapping all of those born with the gender female in the face. Whatever. 1. Perhaps he's completely sane and we'll discover that he is too late. Or 2. We're dealing with a man speaking to us from the sunken place. This is not jokes, y'all, although it might have a faint scent of the comical. Or 3, we could be dealing with a bipolar episode, which many believe to be the actual case, but could be frustrating for Ye when folks resort to his thoughts as a bipolar episode every time they don't like or understand his statements, invalidating his thoughts. It's the Lord Liar Lunatic argument. Look it up. Anyway, Kanye stated in his tweet, right? He went on a tweet storm last night. Kanye stated in his tweet, quote, "They tried to fly in with 2 doctors to 5150 me." You're like, what's that mean? Well, if you wear these special 3D glasses, you'll be able to see in another dimension that the term 5150 refers to the California law code for the temporary involuntary psychiatric commitment of individuals who present a danger to themselves or others due to signs of mental illness. Okay, so the term is generally applied to people who are considered threateningly unstable or quote unquote crazy. Now, people with this 5150 category or whatever you want to call it can be detained for 72 hours for evaluation in a psychiatric facility by peace officers, registered nurses, doctors, or other appropriate health professionals. Now, which is, I feel like I see the man in a straitjacket and he'd be screaming out like, whatever. Now, Kanye also said, quote, I've been trying to get divorced since Kim met with Meek at the Waldorf for quote unquote prison reform, which is a statement that set Twitter ablaze, with folks supposing that Meek Mill potentially had an interaction or entanglement of sorts with Kim Kardashian at a hotel. Strange. Now, you wouldn't attempt to get a divorce unless you suspected that something went down during the meeting. Now, he put prison reform in quotes, implying it wasn't really about prison reform per se. He then later says that Meek is his man and he was respectful. So which was it? Was it that he was saying that something happened at the Waldorf between Meek and Kim Kardashian? Or is he saying that she attempted to do something but Meek was respectful about it? Does Meek Mill have the power of resistance on his side to resist the advances of someone as attractive as Kim Kardashian? A lot of y'all be like, oh man, I would have never. Really though? He went on to say, quote, I have 200 more to go, close quote. I'm not sure I understand that particular part, and the tea leaves ain't helping, okay? Perhaps he means 200 more facts. Maybe the man tweets in facts and not clear, coherent sentences, just random facts that it's up to us to put together. It's part of his genius, you see? We just don't understand it because we were in American public school. And don't at me. Look around the classroom. You know what kind of class this is. Are we in a special class? Is this a special class? Come on. Look at who's in our class. You got Tekashi 6ix9ine over there. We got 50 on the side. Kanye continues. Quote, this is my lady tweet of the night. Chris Jong-un. Something tells me he is not speaking well of her, which is probably connected to the idea that Kris Jenner is connected with her children being in Playboy shoots, which is not cool. Imagine Kris Jenner on the phone setting up Playboy shoots for... Look, matter of fact, don't imagine it, okay? That's how you get caught up in the bullish, as Lord Jamar said. If you think through insanity, you become insane. If Chris Jong-un is to Kanye the evil dictator, then his wife would properly be called Kim Jong-un, which makes Kanye West Dennis Rodman. Savage. And with the 2020 haircut on his head in the last video, we might not be that far off. Kanye went on to say, quote, Lil Baby is my favorite rapper, but he won't do a song with me, close quote, which is crazy because the last artist that said Lil Baby was his favorite rapper out loud was Tekashi 6ix9ine. And now Kanye West stated that Lil Baby is his favorite rapper. I would love to hear Lil Baby's thoughts on those two artists mentioning him as their favorite rapper, but at the same time, I hope he says absolutely nothing and just keeps winning. Lil Baby in 2020 is like the wrestler in the Battle Royale, or is it the Royal Rumble, whatever it is. The wrestler that keeps flipping everyone out the ring one after the other. That's Lil Baby's 2020. It's his come up year, y'all. Everybody talking about, 2020 having him in the submission hole, and Lil Baby's on some get your effing hands off me. Kanye also added that Lil Baby won't do a song with him, which is rather shocking. And of everything that Kanye has stated so far, to me, that part is the part that I find to be the most unbelievable. Now, Kanye added the following tweet. Chris and Kim put out a statement without my approval. That's not what a wife should do. White supremacy. Ooh. So it finally comes out. Kanye telling us all that statements by his wife and his mother-in-law were not only released without his approval, but also stating that a wife should not do that, ending that tweet with the words white supremacy. I'm not going to touch that one. Now, Kanye in his nightly tweets ends his nightly tweets with a rather interesting statement. You're like, there's more? Oh, it's endless. Okay? There's always more. He said, Meek is my man and was respectful. We spoke about that a second ago. That's my dog. Kim was out of line. I'm worth $5 billion and more than that through Christ. But y'all ain't listen to MJ and now y'all believe them? He's stating here that Meek Mill was respectful. His wife was out of line. He's creatively worth $5 billion. Christ puts that value through the roof, but then makes a sharp left and tells us that we did not listen to Michael Jackson, and now we believe them. And our secret, when we pull out our secret Kanye decoder ring, with us trying to figure out which way did the genius go, apparently the reference is to Michael Jackson, who had a bit of an issue with Sony Music and its ex-CEO, Tommy Mottola. Now, if my information is correct, in 2002, there was an issue that was going on between MJ and Sony, with Jackson wanting the licenses to his masters but not being able to obtain it at the time, and Jackson became very vocal about it, which prompted Sony to side with the ex-CEO, Tommy Mottola. They eventually refused to renew their contract with Jackson, alleging that they lost millions of dollars because the singer refused to tour for his album Invincible. Multiple videos of Jackson surfaced around that time from 2002 when he reportedly referred to Tommy Mottola as, quote-unquote, the devil. One video also shows Jackson at an appearance where he holds up a sign that reads, quote, Sony kills music, close quote, and additionally claimed that Mariah Carey, who was previously married to Mottola, once told Jackson that Mottola was, quote unquote, evil and was stalking her. Some commenters even stated that it seems Kanye was referring to Michael Jackson, called Sony executive Tommy Mottola a racist, and then Michael Jackson died under suspicious circumstances 7 years after the label dispute, close quote. Do people plan out? I guess if you're gonna if you're planning on taking out someone as big as Michael Jackson, I guess you gotta plan it in advance, right? Like 7 years in advance. Kim Kardashian is said to reportedly be speaking with lawyers to explore and talk about divorce. I hate divorce. I hope that it doesn't play out. I hope the Meek Mill thing is just in his imagination. I hope that which would, I guess, well, men get jealous, right? So I hope the Meek Mill Kim Kardashian thing. Okay, whatever. Let me keep it going. According to sources, Kim has been meeting with lawyers to explore and talk about divorce. It's also stated that she hasn't gone forward with divorce in the past because of their children. Also stating, quote, I was having the rapper's lifestyle. So she said that she was pregnant, and for 1 month and 2 months and 3 months, we talked about her not having this child. I love it, the rapper told the crowd on Sunday. She had pills in her hand. I almost killed my daughter. Okay. Matter of fact, this is a quote from Kanye West at the rally. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why haven't we heard from Kim Kardashian? Well, we have heard from her. This is what she said. She says, quote, as many of you know, Kanye has bipolar disorder. Anyone who has this or has a loved one in their life who does knows how incredibly complicated and painful it is to understand. I have never spoken publicly about how this has affected us at home because I'm very protective of our children and Kanye's right to privacy when it comes to his health. But today, I feel like I should comment on it because of the stigma and misconceptions about mental health. Those that understand mental illness or even compulsive behavior know that the family is powerless unless the member is a minor. People who are unaware or far removed from this experience can be judgmental and not understand that the individual themselves have to engage in the process of getting help no matter how hard family and friends try. I understand Kanye is subject to criticism because he is a public figure and his actions at times can cause strong opinions and emotions. He is a brilliant but complicated person who, on top of the pressures of being an artist and a black man, she referenced the fact that he's a black, who experienced the painful loss of his mother and has to deal with the pressure and isolation that is heightened by his bipolar disorder. Those who are close with Kanye know his heart and understand his words sometimes do not align with his intentions. Living with bipolar disorder does not diminish or invalidate his dreams and his creative ideas, no matter how big or unobtainable they may feel to some. That's part of his genius. And as we have all witnessed, many of his big dreams come true. Big up to Kim Kardashian. She didn't stop there. She went on to say, we as a society talk about giving grace to the issues of mental health as a whole. However, we should also give it to the individuals who are living with it in times when they need it most. I kindly ask that the media and public give us the compassion and empathy that is needed so that we can get through this. Thank you for those who have expressed concern for Kanye's well-being and for your understanding. With love and gratitude, Kim Kardashian West. She doesn't sound bad. A lot of y'all like, oh, she a witch. Oh, she a witch. That don't sound like a witch. That sounds like somebody that is having a hard time dealing with the fact that their husband is having a mental illness and breakdown in front of the world. You don't even have bipolar disorder, but when you are tripping and your lady turns the camera on, like, let me record you, you would look very similar to, okay, whatever. Ladies, would you not have left a man a long time ago that was in Kanye's condition? I don't want to say his money helps, but whatever. Now, 50 Cent had something to say about all this, and you knew he would. In the absence of 6ix9ine, 50 has filled that trollish void we all had in our souls. What happened to 6ix9ine, you ask? Well, he was suspended for the rest of the school year by the feds. I know, class isn't the same without him. 50 Cent has made the following post. He said, "Babe, I didn't mean it, but I thought almost for sure you put Meek Mills in your mouth, so I wanted a divorce. LOL. Now," close quote. Now, 50, you know that wasn't laugh out loud funny. Cut it out. Yo, let us know what you think. What are the chances that the Kardashian family has Kanye's best interest in mind? What would you say to Kanye if he scrolled through these comments in the next 2 minutes? Be sure to... and this just in. Our sources have reported that celebrity superstars Halsey and Dave Chappelle have provided their input on the Kanye West situation. Now, Halsey, whose face I like and music I like, stated the following. She said on Twitter, quote, "No jokes right now. I've dedicated my career to offering education and insight about bipolar disorder, and I'm so disturbed by what I'm seeing. Personal opinions about someone aside, a manic episode isn't a joke. If you can't offer understanding or sympathy, offer your silence. A lot of people you know probably have bipolar disorder and you aren't aware of it. Taking this opportunity to make offensive remarks and vilify people with mental illnesses is really not the way to go. This is the exact triggering ish that causes people to keep quiet about it. You can hate someone's actions or opinions about contributing to stigma that damages an entire community of sometimes vulnerable people, all for a couple of laughs. If you want to think someone is a butthole, go ahead. Lots of people with mental illnesses are great. Lots of them are buttholes because they are people with nuanced personalities. But making jokes specifically targeted towards bipolar hurts more than one person you're angry with. Sincerely, human being with a decade-long bipolar diagnosis." I'm trying to figure out if she's saying, like, is she the one that's the human being with a decade-long bipolar diagnosis, or is she speaking on behalf of people that, no, I guess it would be her, because she can't just speak about people that have a decade-long bipolar diagnosis. She'd have to be talking about herself, okay? Now, not only did she provide her input, but Dave Chappelle has also been seen with the actor. In fact, Kanye West came out on Twitter at approximately, about an hour ago? Or a little bit over an hour ago, where he said, "Thank you to Dave Chappelle for hopping on a jet to come see me doing well, Dave. You're a godsend and a true friend, all love," with the Holy Spirit dove in the background. See, this is what I'm talking about right here, man. People doing the right thing with their power, with their influence. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now, in the clip that was on Twitter. You see Kanye West, we see Dave Chappelle, and we see about 3 other people. I'm not quite sure who they are at the moment. I'm sure somebody could come through in the comments and let me know who they are. But essentially, the statement ends off with Kanye West giving them thanks for coming out and checking up on him, making sure that the man is A-OK. Yo, big up to Dave Chappelle for doing the man move and making sure he checks on his homie that's going through a bit of a situation. Big up to everybody else that was also with Kanye West in that video, and big up to y'all that came back and continued to listen to what's the name of our channel? Celeb Source, your source for celeb news.